Welcome back to Glamoura, everyone. I hope you're doing great today because we've got something fun to talk about. If you're new here, Glamoura is a YouTube creator who always brings fresh and interesting content, so make sure you head over there and hit the subscribe button. Today, I'm reacting to a video about Claressa Shields and Papoose, and trust me, people online have been talking non-stop. Some fans say Papoose broke things off, while Claressa has come forward to say they are still together. At one point, Claressa even hinted that Papoose could feel her frustration too, which made the rumors grow even louder. The video shows all the moments and clips that sparked these conversations. I'll probably skip through a few parts, but I watched the full 11 minutes because it was honestly that entertaining. So let me get this set up properly. I hope my sound is clear this time because earlier my mic was off. Either way, we're here now and it's time to jump in and see what all the buzz is about. Let's get started.
Me riding so bad. Is that when y'all think I give?
People always say the goal is to trade places to become the one who gets the title, the ring, and the public respect. Well, the rumor going around now is that Papoose finally made a move. They say he packed up, left where he was staying, and flew back to New York. When I first heard that, I laughed so hard. Someone joked that he came downstairs, walked right out the door, and went straight back to Remy. The internet had a field day with that one. According to the talk online, he's back with his wife and not paying Claressa any attention. Because of that, she's been going live, clearly upset, saying she would confront him if he were around. She even joked that she would put hands on him because today, in her words, anyone could get it. People took that and ran with it, turning it into memes and clips all over social media. Before we go any further, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. The whole situation has turned into a mix of rumors, reactions, and online jokes. Some people even claim she started copying the wife's style, from outfits to jewelry. Whether it's true or not, the story keeps growing, and everyone seems glued to see what happens next.
And on live and on talk shows.
Papoose, come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Papoose. Papoose. She. Okay.
This part of the story is wild, because Remy already said that Claressa reached out to her for help with clothes and style tips. She claimed Claressa wanted advice on how to dress and look better. But at the same time, people believe Claressa was interested in Remy's husband. To many, that feels shady. Trying to be friendly with someone while secretly chasing their partner looks dishonest and hurtful. It's the kind of move that leaves everyone questioning trust and real intentions. She even started copying the other woman's way of talking and repeating her favorite phrases, which made the whole thing feel strange. She kept saying the same bold lines about being self-made and having millions, almost like she was trying to prove something. To some people, it looked like she was trying to become a newer version of Remy instead of just being herself. I can see why folks think that might have pushed him away. If someone is standing right next to you and acting like a copy of your partner, you might start wondering why you don't just stick with the original. That idea alone made a lot of people shake their heads. Then there was that moment when Claressa called into a YouTube show using a fake name. She tried to act like a random viewer, but she slipped up and gave herself away. Instead of helping her case, it made things look even more awkward and forced. Claressa is confident and strong, which isn't a bad thing at all. But as more of this story comes out, people feel like she isn't completely blameless. At first, the spotlight was on Remy and Papoose, but the more Claressa speaks, the more questions follow her too. Some even say she has been focused on Remy for a long time. She once asked Remy for fashion and style tips, while at the same time showing interest in Remy's husband. That mix of friendship and hidden motives made the situation messy. Now, every time Claressa mentions this man again, it keeps the drama alive and makes the whole story harder to ignore.
Yeah, I went and spent a good 90K on my wrist, and then I got a good 60K in my hand, you feel me? Yeah. This that fight money.
This that fight money.
Fight for real. Yeah, knock him out, Debo.
Yeah.
See Debo? Yeah, a little 90K on the low.
Copy the woman's bags.
Chris seems upset and even made a threat, calling the situation rude and lacking any real grace. Now that Papoose has gone back to New York, Claressa also appears angry. She went on live and said that if he were standing in front of her right now, she would put her hands on him, which shocked a lot of people watching.
For the baddest, for his queen. He came, Louis Vuitton travel bag with the travel.
Word going around is that Claressa feels jealous right now because Papoose is in New York instead of being with her. People say he has stopped giving her attention and is focused on his wife, which has left Claressa hurt and emotional. From the outside, it looks like she is struggling with how things turned out. Some people even say they warned her to walk away earlier, but she did not want to listen. Now everything feels messy, public, and hard to ignore. What makes it worse is this sense of competition that seems to exist, especially when it comes to Remy. It no longer looks like a private situation. Instead, it feels like something that has turned into a personal rivalry. At this point, it is not just about a relationship anymore. It has become a story that keeps getting talked about online, and that brings even more pressure into the mix. Let's be honest for a moment. There is no good way to explain getting involved with someone else's husband. It is a situation that almost always leads to pain, stress, and regret. Claressa is not a teenager. She is a grown woman in her 30s, and with age usually comes a better understanding of what is right and what can cause trouble later. Nobody is perfect, and everyone makes mistakes, but some choices carry heavier consequences than others. I want to mention something else that stood out. There was a moment where Remy spoke about her husband in a video. She clearly called him "my husband," and that alone said a lot to people watching. That simple phrase made many believe that Papoose and Remy are back on solid ground. When people heard that, they immediately started wondering how Claressa might be feeling after seeing it. If this situation keeps spreading, there is a strong chance Claressa will become the main target of jokes and online comments. That is just how the internet works. Once a story gets popular, people repeat it, add their own opinions, and sometimes turn it into entertainment. Nobody really wins when things reach that level of attention. Even though I do not agree with what Claressa did, I still feel a little sympathy for her. Seems like she truly cared about Papoose. At the same time, everything started getting too public and too loud. Between social media posts, interviews, and people reacting online, the pressure probably became overwhelming for everyone involved. Some people believe Papoose eventually decided to return to his wife because that is where he felt more comfortable and at peace. There were moments when he appeared distant around Claressa. His body language did not always match someone who felt completely happy. Many viewers noticed that he often looked reserved, almost like he wanted to be somewhere else. Remy, on the other hand, always seemed confident when she spoke about him. She once said that whenever she calls, he shows up. That alone gave people the impression that their bond was still strong. They also share a child, which connects them in a deeper way that goes beyond any public drama. At the same time, we cannot fully know what Papoose might have been telling Claressa in private. Sometimes people say things behind closed doors that make someone feel special, hopeful, or secure. That can shape how a person sees the situation, even if the reality is very different. Claressa herself has admitted in the past that she struggles in certain emotional areas. She once joked about not having everything figured out in her head, and while she said it lightly, it showed some self-awareness. Everyone has their own challenges. Nobody is above making mistakes or learning hard lessons through experience. If this relationship truly ended, I hope Claressa uses this moment as a turning point. She has a powerful career, strong talent, and a lot going for her. Instead of focusing on the drama, this could be the time for her to put all her energy back into her goals, her training, and her future. Some people even question whether Claressa and Papoose were ever really engaged. They think it might have been said more as a statement than a serious plan. Papoose gave several signs that he was not fully ready to move forward. There was no public divorce, not much affection in front of others, and no clear steps toward building a new life together. There were also moments when Papoose and Remy were seen together as co-parents. That alone raised eyebrows. When people saw them shopping and spending time together, many felt it showed that their connection never truly faded. Their child is a strong part of their relationship, and that bond does not just disappear. I know some people will ask why anyone would feel bad for Claressa after everything that happened. The truth is, even when someone makes the wrong choice, they can still feel real pain. Both Claressa and Papoose played a role in this situation, and neither one comes out looking perfect. What also made things uncomfortable was how Claressa seemed to build a friendship with Remy first. She asked for fashion advice and tried to connect on a personal level, while at the same time getting close to Remy's husband. That part of the story left a bad impression on many people. It felt dishonest and hurtful, especially from the outside looking in. Later, when Claressa started speaking badly about Remy, people remembered that she once admired her. That shift made the situation look even more confusing. It created a sense that emotions had turned into bitterness. At the end of the day, this whole situation is a reminder of how complicated relationships can become when they mix with fame, attention, and social media. Everything gets magnified. Every word, every look, and every post can be picked apart by thousands of strangers. I truly hope all three of them find some peace after this. Drama fades, but personal growth lasts longer. If Claressa can take something positive from this experience, it could help her move forward in a healthier way. The same goes for Papoose and Remy. Life is already hard enough without adding public battles and online arguments. Sometimes the best move is to step back, focus on yourself, and let time do the healing. With that said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this breakdown. I appreciate everyone who took the time to listen, and I'll see you in the next one.